Hello, everybody. It is Bridget, founder of Biddy Tarot, and we are about to get started with our free training, how to intuitively interpret any tarot reading card. And we're going to get started in 10 minutes time. I always like to start a little bit early just so that we can get things rolling, make sure it's all good. Noticing the video is a little bit sketchy at the moment. I'm going to swap it down to Okay, I think we're back, right? Can you hear me now? See, I'm just checking that you're all switched on, you're all watching, and you're making sure that it's all good. And also, I need to just double check that my little buttons are working. Okay, so let me start again. So I want to welcome you. We're going to get started in 10 minutes time with our free training. I love opening up the room a little bit early so we can get to know each other, have a little bit of fun before we get into the serious training stuff. So if you're joining me right now, I'd love for you to share, where are you watching from? And what are you wearing? Because I love to know what you're wearing, because we all kind of wear some different things to these virtual trainings, whether it's your yoga pants, your pajamas. Sometimes I've had people in the nude watching, or just in their undies. You might be in a full suit. Maybe you've come home from work. Who knows? So share in the chat, and I'd love to hear where you're watching from, and also what you're wearing. Okay. Let me see. Oh, is it? Okay. I wonder if you can hear me. Okay. All right. I think, is it coming? No audio still. Okay. Hang on. All right. I'm just going to double check with my team because I'm still seeing no sound. All right. One sec. Oh, no. Team's saying they can hear me. So if you, okay, all right, there must be a little bit of lag. Whew, thank goodness, because here I am fretting going, I've turned it on. All good. All right, so I think now we can play. Yes, here we go. I've got to remember that there is a lag, and I just have to get used to that. Oh, goodness. I'm going to just pick out a few because we've got so many people here on the call today. Let me see. Frankie's in Arizona and in jeans. That's nice. Lacey is, oh gosh, has just disappeared. Clarissa in Reading wearing PJs. I saw a bathrobe from somebody. PJs. Carissa's snuggling her baby. I love it. Oh, it's going so fast. Hang on, how do I make it slow down? Julie says it's cold in New York City. Of course it is. Kristen's in her jammies in Alabama. I love it. Of course, in Australia, we say jammies. In fact, someone was saying to me, oh, I love it how you say card. It's almost as if you're saying like CAHD, card. Whereas the Americans are saying like card. All right, awesome. Jennifer's in Massachusetts in her PJs too. Brandy is in capri pants and a long sleeve t-shirt. Oh, Suzette, not so sunny Gold Coast. What's going on? Because we're on the Sunshine Coast here. But you're not that far away. It should be sunny too, right? All right, fabulous. Okay. Ellen's saying she's in Auckland, New Zealand, vest and sports pants because it's boiling. I heard you're having a heat wave with 25 degrees. I think I saw something like that in the news. So it was like, New Zealand's having a heat wave. It's 25 degrees and we have to open a window. Something along those lines. It's sweet. All right, let me see. Sandy's in Tucson wearing a nightgown. Today's the lazy day. I love it. Let me see. Brenda's in Alberta, Canada. Let me see. Brazil. Lucy's in Brazil. Awesome. Michael's at work wearing a purple dragonfly t-shirt. I love that you can rock up to work in a purple dragonfly t-shirt. It's beautiful. Oh, and a butterfly dress too. Who was that? Oh, Katie's on the Sunshine Coast wearing yoga pants. That must be our Katie. Beautiful. Maria's in Chicago. Gwen's in Wisconsin wearing pajamas. Okay, if you're just joining me, you're like, I thought we were learning about tarot. Why are we talking about PJs and, where you come from? So if you've just joined, I am just getting to know you a little bit more before we start our training in, 6 minutes now. So if you're just joining, let me know where you're watching from and, of course, what you're wearing, because it's a little bit of fun. I'm wearing, this is a dress actually from Bowden and earrings. Actually, these were my op shop earrings. So that was a good find. That's about it. All right. So let me see. Virginia Beach. Jill's in Virginia Beach. Brandy's in Fredericksburg in Texas. Michael's in Niagara Falls. Awesome. Neat. Richmond, San Fran, Melbourne. That's my old hometown, Melbourne. Wollongong. Gia is in Wollongong. Sunshine Beach. Oh, wait, where's Sunshine? Is that this Sunshine Beach? Hang on, it's just gone missing again. Okay, all good. Maria's in Portugal. Fabulous. Now I'm going to guess it's quite late. Oh, Egypt I just saw. Awesome. Amanda's saying hello from extremely freezing in capitals. Chicago. Oh, my goodness. Let me see. Awesome. Sue is excited about this training, and she's from Long Island, New York. Let me see. Daphne's in Brazil as well. Israel. Awesome. Cold. Lima, Peru, and I'm seeing like bracelets. Fabulous. All right. Adelaide. Neat. Okay. Now, by the way, if you're just starting to get settled in, you're like, oh, I'm not sure I can hear it properly, or maybe my internet connection's not great. You can either add into the text chat, and somehow my team's going to be able to see you amongst all of this. But this is a really good opportunity to make sure you switch off anything else that might be using the internet. I don't know about you, even though we live in Australia, which you think would be a really great country, and it is, in terms of internet, it's not so great. So I always have to switch off multiple things to make sure that I'm just getting all that beautiful internet energy channeled into the one thing that I am focusing on, which is this training, right? So you might need to just make sure you've got the best internet connection possible right now. And if the sound's not working, reach out to us. You can also reach out. We've got our team ready at team@biddytarot.com. They can help you out too. Or in the text chat, we've got, there's 3 of us today that's going to be in the text chat. So that's awesome. And yeah, even if you just need to put in some headphones, that might help as well. Awesome. Gian saying, Lima, Peru, I'm wearing 2 bracelets. Yes. Tony's in Brizzy. The problem is it moves so quickly because we've got so many people. We've got 600 people so far, and we had over 7,000 people register. It's pretty amazing. City is in the Philippines. I'm watching this before I head off to school. Awesome. Let me see. Lynchburg, Virginia. That's Brenda. Donna G is in Sunshine Coast. Yes. Brendan's in shorts and an old t-shirt. Nice. Go-to sweater. Here we go. Montreal, Manila, Philippines. Oh my goodness. Katarina says it's midnight here in Austria, and I'm in a red patterned nightshirt. Of course you are. All right. I love this. Alison says it's snowing here in Paris, so I'm obviously wearing I think I missed the rest, PJs, I'm going to guess. All right, fabulous. If you're just joining me right now, we're about to get started with our free training, how to read any tarot card intuitively. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to share this with you. For now, just let me know where you're watching from, what you're wearing. And you'll also notice up there at the top of the chat, you can download the workbook now at biddytarot.com/workbook. Now, don't stress if you haven't had a chance to do that and you're like, oh, I don't know pressing the buttons. I don't know how to save it. Don't worry. Just have a pen and paper ready as well, because we're going to be covering a lot of really good stuff today, and I want to make sure that you don't miss a thing. All right, let me see. Nicole's in Atlanta, Turkey, Missouri, Boston. Yes, I love it. Minnesota, Toledo, Ohio. Lots of Minnesotas. Is it just because I'm seeing the same thing over and over? I don't know. Leeds, England, New Zealand. Oh, what a fabulous mix of people. Miami Beach. Oh, I'm heading there in June. Idaho. Awesome. South Carolina, Brazil. Awesome. I know Leslie's saying like 7,000 people registered. I know, it's crazy. I love it. That's all the people, like, no, it's not all the people interested in tarot, but this tells you just how more like normal and accessible tarot is becoming, because so many people are really drawn to what the tarot offers. It's so exciting. I'm very happy. All right, I can see we're just on 9 o'clock. I'm going to give us just a couple more minutes for folks to arrive today into our virtual classroom. And as you're just joining us today, we will get started really soon. I love to get to know you a little bit better before we get started. So let me know where you're watching from, and most importantly, what you are wearing. Awesome. Now, do you know, I always like to draw a tarot card before I do these big webinars, just to help me stay really in tune with the energy and what I need to really stay connected to. And I drew this from the Lumina Tarot. It is the Knight of Cups. And I think what a beautiful card it is. It's that real sort of peaceful serenity and just looking out into kind of the future and really being in flow with what's happening around you. So really feeling into the intuition side of things. And I love this snake. It's that real full circle, the infinity sign, that things are always kind of in this like an ongoing cycle, and it really never ends. And I really believe this about our own intuition, our own inner wisdom, is it's an ongoing cycle. And the more that we tune into it, we see these cycles in our lives as well. So you might also, just as we're about to get started, you might also want to grab your tarot deck if you've got it handy and pull a card, just asking yourself, what energy do I need to bring in over the next hour as we go into this really special class? So I'll give you an opportunity to pull out your tarot deck and you can draw a card. If you feel like sharing it, that would be awesome. And yeah, we will get started in just a couple more minutes. All right, fabulous. We're close to having almost 1,000 people on this call. I'm so excited. It's great. So if you have had an opportunity to pull a card, I would love to hear what has come up for you. And it's just an opportunity for you to set an intention for this next hour together and think about what is it that you want to get out of this hour and how can this serve you in your tarot practice? Because being able to intuitively interpret the cards is such a gift, and it's so important, and it's accessible to all of us. That's what's really important here. So pull a card, perhaps set an intention with that card about what you want to get out of today, and we'll get started very, very soon. Awesome. I'm just seeing so many people joining us. It's so exciting. Let me see. Oh, I'm seeing like King of Swords. Oh, the Magician. I love the Magician. It's like you've got all the tools laid out in front of you, and now it's about using those tools to manifest things. The Hermit, very much about that intuitive, like internal journey and finding your path. Four of Swords, you know, staying nice and relaxed, nice and calm, not multitasking on lots of different things, right? Let me see. Queen of Cups. Oh, another beautiful intuitive card. I'm really feeling into your intuition there. All right. Let me see. Chariot as well. Awesome. That's, you know, really like locking in and perhaps taking action with what you hear and see today. So that's awesome. Neat. Oh, I just saw someone had said Tower reversed and I lost my dog last week. I'm so sorry. Let me see, what else have we got here? The Hierophant, very much about that teacher energy as well. The Star, what a beautiful card to have. Very much about that personal transformation and, you know, being naked, like going back to sort of beginner's mind a little bit, and embracing what you're hearing today and incorporating it into your practice, even if you think you already know stuff, right? Because oftentimes we can hear things, we need to hear things a few times and it sinks in a different way. All right, I don't want to delay any further, so I'm just going to get a few things going here and then we will get everything started. Oh, bother, I forgot to press my little my little button. Hang on a jiffy. I've got to get my little sheet open so I don't miss a thing. I'm very meticulous about making sure that I've got everything covered. All right. Okay, here we go. So a couple of things before we get into the training for today. Now, you might have been on the call just before when I mentioned that our internet is terrible here and very unreliable. So here's what I've done with the training. The training for today is pre-recorded, and that is to ensure that we have a really smooth experience, so there's no dropping out. My internet doesn't just cark it and you end up with no training. We've found that recording the training in advance actually gives you the best experience. Now, before you groan and moan and go, oh, but we wanted to have you, don't worry, you've got me. And you've got me twice, actually, because myself, Kim and Laura, we're going to be live on the chat today. So as the training is playing, you can ask any question inside the chat and we are here to help. So this is really neat because normally when I run a training, I can't answer questions as I go because I've got so much stuff to share with you. But today you can ask your questions in the chat and we are here to help. Now, we will switch the chat over to private chat. So you may not see your question, like you won't see other people's questions coming up. We'll be responding to you privately. And that way it's just to help you really focus on today's training as well. If you run into any difficulty at all, again, just pop it into the chat and we will be there to help you. What else do I need to let you know before we get this on a roll? Yep. All right. I think that that's it. Now, the other quick thing to know is that the beauty of this training is that it's also lining up with the day that we open the Master the Tarot Card Meanings course. So you're going to hear a little bit more about that in today's training. And I would love to invite you to really be part of that training, the Master the Tarot Cards Meanings course, because there is so much goodness in there for you and it will really help you to learn to read tarot from the heart and not just the book. So just letting you know. All right, let's get this show on the road. I just need to check in with my team that we are all ready to go. And just quick tapping away. All right, we're ready to go, team. Yes, awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to, oh, actually, no, I think I can do it, can't I? All right, let me get our pre-recorded training ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to hit play very soon. Remember, we are here on chat, ready to help you. Oh, another really important thing. Once our pre-recorded training has wrapped up for today, I'm going to be right back on this video to answer any of your questions live on today's call. I'm fingers crossed the internet and the whole webinar jam thing is still working after the training has finished. And if it is, I'm going to be back here answering your questions until everything is answered, that's for sure. So if you want a personalized response from me, it'll either be in the chat or in the video. Okay, I've got to stop talking so we can get on with this. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Hello and welcome to today's training. In this training, I'm going to be talking about how you can interpret any tarot card intuitively without having to memorize all 78 tarot cards. Does that sound good? I hope so. Now, I'm also going to be showing you how you can continue to develop your skills in tarot card reading and interpretation inside of my signature online training program, master the tarot card meanings. More on that later, but for now, I just want to say hello and introduce myself. So for those of you who may not know me, my name is Bridget Esselman and I am the founder of Biddy Tarot. We're an online modern learning community where we help people to increase their connection with their intuition and learn how to read tarot. Now I'm blocking my husband off there. Let's have a little peek. There he is. Hello husband Anthony. So every year on Biddy Tarot, we are helping over 5 million people to connect with their intuition using the tarot cards as a guide. And drawing upon my 20 years experience of reading the cards both professionally and personally, I've taught over 3,000 people in my online training programs, all about how to master the tarot card meanings and how to read tarot with confidence. So trust me when I say this, I know firsthand what it takes to truly master the tarot card meanings and read tarot from the heart. Now, when I'm not whipping up a tarot storm, I'm hanging out with my two girls right here, Chloe and Zara, and my husband Anthony, here on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. Now let me pop me back up there. Now, if you notice me looking this way, I've got two screens on the go here. So I've got my screen over there and I've got all the camera and all sorts of things going on here. All right, so before we get started, I want to make sure that you turn off any distractions. Might be your phone, messenger, social media, any other web page that you might have open. Now, this is because I've got lots and lots of juicy information for you today, and I really want to make sure that you don't miss a thing. So here's the thing, if you promise me that you're going to stay focused and on this training for the next 60 minutes, then I promise to make it worth every minute of your time. But if you are multitasking throughout this entire training, you're going to miss out on a lot of the important lessons that I have to share with you today. So please stay with me and I promise to make it worth your while. Now, if you have any questions at all during this training, all you need to do is type your question into the chat box and my team and I are available via the chat, and we may respond either via the chat or via email. Now, remember that the chat is on private, so that's to help you really keep focus for today's training. So you won't see other people's chat or their questions, but just know that we are here for you. So we're here and ready to answer your questions. Now, if you are watching the replay, you can also send us your questions via email at team@biddytarot.com and we'll respond as soon as possible. Now, I also want you to stay with me because I have some goodies at the end of this webinar, which I want to be able to share with you. So I've got a free PDF template and it is all about one of the best activities to really learn and master the tarot card meanings. And that is my card a day activity. So I've created a special template for you and I'll give you the details very, very soon at the end of this webinar about where you can access that special template. All right, now my goal for you today is that by, oh, big, let me move me over here. There we go. All right, so my goal for you today is that by the end of this hour together, you will understand how to quickly read any tarot card intuitively without having to memorize all 78 tarot cards. Even if you are completely new to tarot, or maybe you've already got started, but you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. Now, you're in the right place today if you know that you want to read tarot intuitively and so that you can create a more inspired, enriching life, but you've struggled to really trust your intuition when you're reading the cards. Or maybe you've been trying to memorize the tarot card meanings, but it's just not working for whatever reason. So you're ready to try something different. Or maybe this is you. You're tired of going blank in a reading, or you're struggling to know what a card means in a certain kind of reading. So you're in the right place if you really want to be able to read tarot with ease. Who doesn't, right? Awesome. And finally, you know, you're in the right place if you truly want to learn how to read tarot from the heart and not the book, because you know that that is where the magic is. Now, if you can relate with any of these, then 100% you are in the right place today. And I just know that you're going to get so much value out of today and what I have to share with you. Now, I'm all about transparency, so I do want you to know that I'm going to give you a ton of great value over the next hour. And at the end of today's training, I'm going to share with you an offer for my signature online training program, Master the Tarot Card Meanings. Now, if it's not for you, don't worry, you totally have my blessing to sign off from the call. However, if you do want a way to rapidly learn the cards and boost your tarot reading confidence, then please stick around to the end of the call, because I've got some really good stuff to share with you, bonuses and gifts that you'll receive when you sign up for Master the Tarot Card Meanings. Alrighty, so I want to start today's training with a story, and this story takes us back 20 years to the time that I was first starting to learn to read tarot. Now, I've been reading tarot for more than 20 years and have read professionally for over 10,000 people worldwide. But when I was learning to read the tarot cards initially, I had a really rough time. So here's what would happen. I would light a candle, I would burn some incense, and then I'd sit down on my bedroom floor and I'd bust out my tarot deck along with my tarot book. Well, okay, not just one book, but 3, maybe 5, maybe a dozen different tarot books in front of me, just in case I couldn't remember what those cards meant. Now, I would shuffle the cards while meditating on my question and calling in my guides, because that's what you do, right? When you want to be uber spiritual and intuitive. And then I'd lay out the cards. So I'd look at the cards for a little bit, thinking about what they might mean. And then I would go immediately to my tarot books and start flipping through them like a crazy person. And I knew I just had to find the right answer for what those cards meant. However, I got so confused in that process. For example, one time I asked about a friendship where we had a really big falling out together. And when I asked about it, I drew the Moon card. Now, I first picked up the first book, and it talked about deception. And let's see, I was saying, beware of deception. And I thought, oh, goodness me. So she's messing about. Maybe I shouldn't trust her. So wasn't quite satisfied with that answer. So I went and picked up the second book. And this time it talked about, where are we? Projecting your subconscious fears. Actually, I'm going to make my little video a bit smaller right there. There we go. That's going to be better. All right. Awesome. Beautiful. So yeah, so this second book says about projecting your subconscious fears onto a situation. I thought, well, maybe she's projecting onto me, or am I projecting onto her? I wasn't really sure. So I picked up a third book, as you do. And this time the third book said, well, maybe it's a time to retreat. I'm thinking, oh gosh, what does this mean? Do I need to just back off completely? So which answer was correct? Now, I'd end up with about 10 different meanings of the cards and no idea what it meant for the question that I'd asked. And finally, I got so fed up that I said, right, enough is enough. The books were driving me crazy and I knew there had to be another way. So I made a promise to myself that for the next reading, I would leave those tarot books on the shelf and instead would trust my intuition to give me the answers that I needed. Now, I meditated on my question, shuffled the cards, and laid them out. And sure, there was that moment where I thought, oh my goodness, what do all these cards mean? And getting into a bit of a panic. But I reminded myself of that promise I had made to put the book down, and I really push on with reading those cards intuitively. And oh my goodness, I tell you what, the difference was amazing. Not only did I remember what the cards meant, it was as if the messages of the cards really started to jump out at me in this beautiful, magical, intuitive way. And I was seeing things in these cards that I hadn't seen before because I'd finally freed up my intuition and to really do the work that I was asking it to do. And finally, I had that uber spiritual and intuitive experience that I had been waiting for. And better yet, I was discovering that I didn't have to rely on someone or something else to give me the answers. It was all inside of me. And boy, was that a powerful mindset shift. So that is what we're going to be talking about today, about how to make that switch from memorizing all of the tarot card meanings to this better way, which is drawing on your intuition and trusting your gut when you're reading the tarot cards. All right, so I know that I'm not alone in this. Most people learning tarot do the same thing. They try to memorize the tarot card meanings, but it is 100% the wrong way to go about it. So I want you to write this down in your workbook. So you would have received a link to the workbook. If not, don't stress. If you've got notepad and pen, that's all good. But write this down. Most people think that the best way to learn tarot is to memorize the card meanings. So most people think that the best way to memorize the tarot card meanings, or is to memorize the card meanings, right? That's how you learn tarot. However, when you do this, you end up wasting thousands of dollars because you're buying, tarot books and trying desperately to have all the card meanings at the fingertips. Okay, maybe not $1,000, maybe a couple $100. But, you're also spending hours upon hours on the internet looking up the tarot card meanings with the hope that you might just be able to cram in as many of those 78 cards as possible, right? Cram, spending all of this time trying to memorize. And as a result, you end up feeling totally frustrated and stressed to the max. But here's the worst thing. Your readings actually are not that beautiful experience that you're trying to achieve. You end up with these inaccurate readings because they are so often robotic and not connected with your intuition at all. So simply put, when you are trying to learn tarot just by memorizing the card meanings, you are going about it in the wrong way. So why is that? Well, number one, trying to memorize anything doesn't really matter if it's tarot card meanings, what's the periodical chart, accounting, anything. Anytime that you are trying to memorize things, it does feel boring. And I don't know about you, but I would rather leave memorizing, rote learning, and cramming to my old school days and not to my passion hobby. Now, number two, it actually does not work. So you can spend weeks, months, and even years trying to commit the meanings of the cards to your memory, only to sit down to a tarot card reading and then completely forget what those cards mean. So trying to cram that much information in your head is nearly impossible, unless of course you've got a super memory, but not many of us are blessed with that kind of memory. But even if you can memorize everything, that doesn't really work because it's shutting down your intuition. So I see this happening all of the time. In fact, just the other week, I was sitting in a local women's circle, and we love to meet under the full moon, and we had the tarot cards out, which was super yummy. Now, one of the ladies, let's call her Becky to protect her privacy. Now, she had chosen the Empress Tarot card. And I could see her looking at this card with a big frown on her face. And she looked so puzzled about what it meant for her. So being the sort of teacher type that I am, I asked her what she saw in the card. But instead of dropping down into her intuition, she said, "I don't know, Bridget, I can't remember what this card means." And she was totally stressed out. And before I knew it, she was reaching for the book and trying desperately to find out what the right meaning for that particular card was. And it was such a missed opportunity because in her desperation to remember the meaning and get it right, what she had done was she had completely ignored her intuition and missed out on that beautiful message and those beautiful insights that were waiting for her inside of the Empress card. Now, I'm going to show you something really neat here. Check this out. So I recently asked 2,000 members of our community, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to mastering the tarot card meanings? So take a look at these results. Tarot newbies, they stress out about having to memorize the tarot card meanings. Tarot pros, on the other hand, know that they don't even have to worry about memorization because they know that there are so many more effective ways of learning the tarot cards. Okay. Now check this one out too. So tarot newbies, they worry about whether they have the meaning of a card right or wrong. Whereas tarot pros, on the other hand, don't even think about it because they know there are no right and wrongs in tarot. So this is pretty compelling data right here. So what's the secret with all of this? What are the tarot pros doing that our tarot newbies are not just yet? Now, it really does come down to two things. So yes, what is the secret? So number one is put the book down. Okay, so if you are relying on books every time that you're doing a tarot reading, you're not allowing your intuition to really shine through, and you're getting stuck in that trap of worrying about whether you have the right meaning or not. So please put the book down. Even if it's a little bit scary, put it down. Lock it in a cupboard, put it, give it to your partner to hide somewhere, bury it in the garden, do whatever it takes, but put the book down, okay? And this is most important when you are doing a tarot reading. Put the book away, put it away, please. All right, actually, I'm gonna make the video a little bit bigger again. All right, beautiful. Okay, so the second secret is trust your intuition. So we all have this beautiful gift that is our intuition, but it's up to us whether we want to use it or not. So you simply need to say yes to your intuition, especially when you are reading the tarot cards. So trust your intuition, set your intention now to connect with your intuition and your inner wisdom every time you read the cards. All right, so one of our community members, Patty, she applied these two secrets to a recent tarot reading that she did, and she had amazing results. So she wanted to know whether she would achieve her goals at work. And so she asked the tarot and drew the moon card. Now, as soon as she saw the moon card on the table in front of her, she was taken back to a conversation that she'd had at work just the other week. So they'd been talking about setting goals for the company and working really hard to reach that goal. And more specifically, they had actually been talking about shooting for the moon and really going for that goal. So, if you really go for it, you'll get there. So when Patty sees the moon card in her tarot reading, she thinks, yes, I'm going to get this goal, especially if I really just shoot for the moon. Now, here's the thing. Will you find that meaning in a traditional tarot book? No. In fact, you're probably not going to find it anywhere in a book, on a website, even the cool ones like Biddy Tarot. But the important thing is that she trusted her intuition and she trusted herself enough to say, yes, this is the message for me. And guess what? She nailed that goal and then some. It was pretty awesome. So it really comes down to trusting yourself and trusting that you can connect with your intuition without relying on a book or your memory to tell you the answer every time you do a reading. I really do see it time and time again. So when people let go of that official, like, what does this card mean? What do the books tell me it means? And then they allow the cards to really speak to them from the heart and through their own way and through the intuition, that is when magic happens. And trust me, you can do this too. So let's talk about how to do just that. Now, in today's training, I'm going to be giving you 3 techniques that you can start to use straight away to help you read and interpret the cards intuitively without having to memorize all 78 cards. So the first technique is to tell the story. So this is a great technique if you go blank in a tarot reading or you're a little bit stuck in what a card means for that particular question or reading. And it's great because it really allows your intuition to kick right back into gear and get back into that beautiful space where all of those yummy, juicy downloads are flowing to you. So take a look at this. Now, you ask the tarot, what do I need to know about my career? And lo and behold, you draw the 5 of Pentacles. Now, if you just memorize the tarot card meanings, you might be freaking out right now because this card is often associated with financial loss. But because you're a smart cookie, you've already set the intention to read with your intuition. So you don't even think about what the books say about this card just yet. Instead, you look at the picture and you start to tell the story. So you might say, okay, well, there's two guys in front of a church. They look like they're in a pretty bad way. They're walking through the snow, bandaged and on crutches. But behind them, there's a church with the lights on. And you might be thinking, well, I wonder why, if there's a church with the lights on, they're out in the snow, why aren't they getting help? Like, it's as if they're just feeling sorry for themselves out there in the cold. And you start thinking, well, I wonder if I'm starting to feel sorry for myself when it comes to my career. And I haven't really been enjoying my work lately, and I will complain to anyone who listens, but maybe there's this metaphorical lit church for me somewhere and I'm not seeing it. Maybe there's someone who is there and ready to help. So you start thinking about it a little bit more and you go, well, I guess my mentor did offer to have a chat with me about how things are going. And she did offer to help me find work elsewhere that might be a better fit for me, but I ignored it until now that I've got this tarot card in front of me, right? I think, that's very interesting. So see what's happened here. We've started to dive into a deeper, more inner wisdom for the answers that you seek. So rather than relying on memorizing the book meanings, we've struck gold, all by telling the story in the card. So that's our first strategy for intuitively reading any tarot card in the deck. Tell the story in the card. So write that down in your workbook. It's all about telling the story in the card. Now, let me take it one step further and show you exactly how to tell the story in the card. So first, describe what you see in the card. You might look at the people, the objects, the landscape, the expressions on their face, and so on. Then pay attention to those little details that grab your attention or that spark your curiosity. Now, this is really where your intuition is kicking into gear because it's calling your attention to what is most important to you right now. It might be an expression on somebody's face, or the fact that someone's wearing different colored shoes, or maybe that the pentacles in the church window look like a tree. Now, the fun thing is that even after 20 years of reading the cards pretty much every day, I still see things that I have not noticed before. And that's because my intuition will only call out those things that I really need to see at that point in time. It's pretty neat. Then what you want to do is ask yourself how that story might be playing out for you in your life right now. Think about, like, what is it a metaphor for? So this is really the important bit, and it's what makes the card personal and real to you. Because in effect, our tarot cards, they have a picture on it. Every card has a picture on it, and that picture, it tells a story. And then that story has a deeper meaning for you. So get to the heart of that meaning for you by looking at what's the metaphor here and how does it relate to your life. So think about the original question that you asked or your current situation and consider, what is the card trying to tell you in this present moment? All right, so that's our first technique, telling the story in the card. And again, this is a really useful technique for learning how to read the cards intuitively. And if you find yourself in a bit of a pickle in the middle of a reading and you can't figure out what the card means, it's a great way to get your intuition flowing again and back into gear. So have you got that down in your workbook? I hope so. In which case, let's move on now to technique number 2. So technique number 2 is to learn the essential keys to the tarot deck. So the other thing that people in the Biddy Tarot community tell me is that they want a quicker and easier way of learning what the cards mean. And they say things like, well, if I knew all the card meanings instantly, I would feel more confident in my tarot readings, or I'd give more readings to other people and make a real difference. Or maybe I'd be able to just focus on my intuition instead of going back and forth between looking up the meaning in a book and then trying to understand how it applies to a particular reading. So can you relate with that? I bet. So let's talk about one of the most efficient ways to master the tarot card meanings. So that way you can feel more confident, more intuitive, and more impactful. It really all comes down to learning the basic systems that sit behind the tarot deck. You see, the tarot deck is built around certain systems that actually make learning the cards quite easy. if you know what you're looking for. So let's talk about two of those systems right now. Now, one is basic numerology. So all you need to do is learn what the numbers mean from 1 through to 10. And here's a little bit to get you started. So number 1, very much about those new beginnings, new opportunities and potential. 2, we're starting to see things coming together. So we're talking more about partnership and, duality a little bit. 3 is the creation. I always think of the mummy, the daddy, and then the new little baby comes along as number 3. And that is that essence of creation. 4 is about stability. Think of like the legs on a table, how that makes the table stable. That's cute. 5 is that conflict and change point, because 5 is that middle point between 1 and 10. It's like, you've done the sort of the early phases, you're about to get into the final phases, but it's a bit of a tension point in between. Now, 6 is about harmony and bringing more growth into situations. 7 is about spirituality, knowledge, and attainment. 8 is more about that mastery and developing a level of power and taking action. 9 is about fulfillment and fruition. Things are so close to being complete. And then, of course, 10 is completion and ending, but also renewal, because you go from a 10 into the 1 and the cycle starts again. So basic numerology, that's part 1 of this little system. Part 2 is the 4 suits of the tarot deck. So you know that we have cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. And each of those suits is aligned to an element of cups with water, pentacles and earth, swords with air, wands with fire. Now, when you start to understand more about the elemental associations, you can understand more about what the suits mean. So our cups are very much about relationships, feelings, emotions, and creativity. Pentacles are about finance, work, material, possessions. Swords, very much the intellect, the mind, thoughts, and communication. And finally, wands are about passion, energy, and motivation. Now, here's where everything starts to come together. Once you understand these basic meanings of the numbers from 1 to 10, and you understand the 4 elements that sit behind the suits, you've already started to get a good grasp on the numbered minor arcana cards. And that's 40 of the cards out of 78. So that's all just done for you, right? Just by learning 2 things. So I've probably saved you months of your life right there, because instead of learning 40 individual card meanings, you now only need these 2 key systems. You only need to learn the 2 key systems, and you're well on your way to understanding the minor arcana. So let me just give you a quick example with the 5 of Pentacles, our friend again. So 5s are typically about change, conflict, and tension. And it's, again, that midway point between 1 and 10. It's neither here nor there. Pentacles are associated with earth. Now, earth, as you might know, has to do with finances, work, career, and things. So when you start to bring those 2 together, you get an idea of what the 5 of Pentacles is all about. So it might be change or tension in material things. Simple as that. Now, you can do that for all 40 pip cards just by learning the basic numerology with the 4 elements integrated with it as well. Now, imagine you've got that, plus you've also got this technique around reading the story in the cards and interpreting what's happening in the picture. So you're already well equipped to start learning the card meanings without having to rely on a book. Awesome. So that is technique number 2, is to learn those essential keys to the tarot. And that way you're going to save yourself months, if not years, of learning time. Now, there is one more strategy that I want to share with you today. Plus, I've got the details about how to access the free bonus resource that will change the way that you connect with your tarot cards and your intuition. So I'm saving that up for last. But first, I just want to have a pause and a bit of a check-in. So there are 3 things that I know to be true about learning tarot. Number 1, you've got to put the book down and trust yourself. It's absolutely where the magic happens, and I really want you to be able to experience that. So number 2, you don't have to have special psychic abilities gifted to you by your great-grandma to read tarot. We are all intuitive, and tarot is actually about unlocking your intuition and bringing that into your daily practice. Many of us think, oh, I've got to be psychic in order to read tarot, but the secret is tarot actually helps us become more psychic or more intuitive. It's the tool that helps us develop our intuition as long as we're open to it. And number 3, we're at a really beautiful moment in time where more people are waking up to the reality that our wisdom comes from within. So our wisdom comes from within. It's not about somebody else telling you what to do or think. It's really about tuning in and listening to the guidance within yourself. And tarot helps you do just that. So, are you excited to finally read tarot intuitively and create an inspired life? I've shown you 2 techniques so far to help you get started, and I have another one on the way. Plus, I've shared lots of examples about how our students are learning to read tarot intuitively and creating positive change in their life and others. So no doubt you're getting super pumped about how to take that next step in truly mastering the tarot card meanings and reading tarot intuitively. Now, you can choose to take this journey of learning tarot in one of 2 ways. You can take the slow path, where you do everything by trial and error, and you're out there searching all over the internet, searching in your library and wherever else, and getting all kinds of different ideas and techniques and hoping you've got the right one. Or you can take the quick way, and that is learning how to master the tarot card meanings and read tarot intuitively in just 7 weeks. So for those of you who truly resonate with this and want help on the journey, I want to welcome you to my signature program, Master the Tarot Card Meanings. So Master the Tarot Card Meanings, it's an online training program designed to help you instantly and intuitively interpret the 78 tarot cards in the tarot deck without memorizing. So on the surface, it's about teaching you the techniques that you can use in your tarot practice to help you quickly interpret the cards. And this, but actually, so, it's all about teaching you the tarot cards, but this is what happens on a deeper level. It's about connecting you to your inner wisdom, gaining crystal clear insight, and connecting and creating an intuitively inspired life. Super powerful stuff. Now, in the program, I'm going to show you how to tell the story in the cards so that you can connect on a deeply personal level, see the systems that underpin all of the cards so that learning 78 cards is super easy and becomes a breeze, and how to become a confident and intuitive reader so that you feel awesome every time you do a tarot reading, no matter what the topic, no matter what the question, and of course, so much more. So let's talk about what you receive when you enroll in the program. All right, so there are 7 modules, and inside of each module, you will receive up to 10 easy to follow video tutorials with me, where I lead you through the techniques for interpreting the cards, and I give you examples and activities along the way. You also get a fillable workbook for every module so that you can apply what you've learned in a fun and practical way and start to make it real for yourself. There's multiple choice quizzes to help you know how you're tracking. And I love putting in extra stuff. So there are loads of bonus templates, charts, worksheets, and guided visualizations. I'm going to show you some of these in a moment. So you're probably thinking, okay, that sounds all right. What's included, like what's inside this program? What do you cover? So let me talk you through each of these modules. Now, module number 1 is really helping you get started. It's about helping you set your goals for the program. And for those of you who are super new to tarot, I've included a Tarot 101, so that way you can start the program and hit the ground running and not feel like you're completely, whoa, this is all new. So don't worry, you're all covered. Now, module number 2, we cover the minor arcana systems. And this is where we go into a lot more depth around suits and numerology. Plus, we start to look at the suit of cups and the suit of pentacles. And trust me, we go through each, like the 78 cards, we go through card by card in this program. I'll also show you how you can use keywords in a really effective way, and that way you're using it to connect into your intuition really quickly and easily. Now, module 3, we continue with the minor arcana with the swords and wands cards. Plus, I show you more about how to use symbolism and stories in the cards to go further, and how you can interpret a card in just 5 minutes. Super easy. All right, module 4, we get into those tricky ones, the court cards. And I give you a number of ways to make this super easy so you can understand what a court card means. You know, if it's yourself, if it's somebody else, it's all really simple. And of course, we talk about those cards in the tarot deck that, you know, might seem a little bit scary, and the other ones that seem like really positive. And we actually talk about how there are no good cards and bad cards in the deck, and that each and every card has something important to offer to you. Then module 5, we get into the majors, the major arcana cards. And I also introduce you to the idea of meditating with the cards so you can get really deep with what they mean for you. Module 6, we continue with the major arcana cards, and I show you how to interpret reverse tarot cards. Now, I like to do things a little bit differently here. It's not all about the doom and gloom of reversals. I show you some really neat techniques that help you feel more empowered when you're using reversals in your tarot readings. All right, and then finally in module 7, it's a segue for taking everything that you've learned in the program and then starting to apply it to your tarot readings. We look at things like how to bring 2 cards together in these combinations, and how to find flow in the cards when they're side by side. So it's a really, really juicy stuff. And by the end of the program, you're going to be able to quickly read any tarot card intuitively without having to memorize the meanings. You'll create a personal and intuitive connection with the tarot cards, and you'll have 100% confidence in your ability to master the tarot card meanings. Now, you might be wondering how it all works. As soon as you enroll, you'll get access to the program via our dedicated programs website. So that's it right there. Now, you'll log into the website, and then you can start watching the first video straight away. And most of the videos about 10, sometimes 20 minutes long. So that way you can move through at your own pace. And it's a bit like Netflix. You can either binge watch everything at the same time, or you can take it slow and at your own pace. Now, after you watch the video, you can also download the workbook, and then you complete the activities inside. This is the really important piece, because it's taking what you've learned and now it's applying it so that it really sticks in the long term. Now, once you've done all of that, you can take the quiz and make sure that you're all on track. And of course, when you're successfully completing the quizzes and doing the work, at the end, you'll get a certificate of completion, but I'll get to that in just a jiffy. All right, so once you've done all of that, then you move into the next module. Easy as that. So remember, you can learn at your own pace, because you'll have access to the course materials online for 12 months, and you can download them to your computer for lifelong access. All right, let's talk about bonuses. This is my favorite bit. So we have so much good stuff inside of the MTCM program that you will not find anywhere else. It's not just the videos and the workbooks, it's all of these bonuses as well that will get you super excited about learning tarot. For example, I've included my 25-minute guided visualization with the High Priestess, and this really helps you dive into your subconscious mind and connect with your intuition and reveal your personal connection with this card. So perfect as you are developing your own intuition. You also get access to the ultimate guide to tarot card combinations with 9 different techniques about how to interpret 2 card combinations. Super helpful for when you're telling a story in a tarot reading. And that's just 2 of the bonuses, because inside the program, you'll find another 20 from checklists, keyword charts, visualizations, mini guides, and so much more. And I tell you what, I am a bit of an overachiever when it comes to giving you great content. Oh, there's even another one in there, which is one of my favorites, is a whole visualization to really boost your confidence and feel awesome every time you're reading the tarot cards. So good. Now, seriously, these bonuses are worth over $1,000. However, I always like having a few tricks up my sleeve for you, so that It's all great value. Now, are you ready to finally master the tarot card meanings and read tarot from the heart and not just the book? I know many of you are excited to start the program straight away, but one thing that comes up often when you're ready to dive in is, what is the investment? So I want to break it down for you. Now, the total value of this program, along with all of the bonuses, is well over $2,500. However, you can, let me make me a bit smaller so you can see this. You can get started today at just $49. And then there's 6 further installments of $49 each month to follow that. So you can get started at just $49, which is pretty awesome. Now, you also have the option to make a one-time payment of $297. Now, this will save you $46 in the long run when you choose this option. So if this is all resonating and you're super excited and can't wait to master the tarot card meanings, then you can click on the link below this video or to the side. I don't know where it is, it'll be somewhere. Or you can go direct to biddytarot.com/MTCM secret. You'll see that down at the bottom there. Now, when you click, you'll be taken to the enrollment page where you simply need to click enroll now, and then you'll be taken to the payment section. And then, of course, you can get started straight away once you're inside of the program's website. Now, I know for some of you that starting straight away might be freaking you out right now. You're like, but Bridget, I'm so busy. How can I take advantage of this offer when I've got so much going on? So here's what I want you to know. You have 12 months access to this program. It's something that will probably take you around 7 weeks. You can do it at your own pace, but know that you have access to this over the next 12 months. So that way, if you are a little bit busy, don't stress out, because you might not need to start, this month. You can start in a couple of months, but do take advantage of these awesome offers that I've got for you today by enrolling today, and then you can start a bit later if you want to. And you also have lifetime access too, because you can download the materials to your personal computer. So of course, this is perfect if now is not the best time for you to start the course, but you do want to take advantage of this limited time offer. And we'll be right here waiting for you when you start. Now, Master the Tarot Card Meanings will really help you to read any tarot card intuitively. And just like Milagros, who finally got the confidence to put the book down and do the reading. She was astounded by the accuracy and the clarity of her reading, all from trusting her intuition and having confidence in herself. So congratulations to Milagros, who was one of our MTCM graduates. Or Greta, who before completing MTCM, she had struggled for years trying to learn and understand the tarot cards. But today, she's one of our certified Biddy Tarot readers here with her gorgeous certificate, and she is reading tarot for others with confidence. And last but not least, beautiful Erin, who felt completely daunted by the challenge of learning all 78 card meanings, but to her relief, she found that the process in this course not only to be enjoyable, but also very quick and efficient. And who doesn't like quick and efficient? So Erin could not believe how much she had learned in just 7 weeks. Now, they say that the early bird catches the worm, so I've got something really special for you. If you enroll in the next 72 hours, you will receive our 3 digital tarot guides, the ultimate guide to tarot card meanings, the companion workbook so you can take note of your own tarot card meanings, and 31 days to read tarot with confidence. Now, together, these are valued at $95, but when you enroll in the next 72 hours, you'll receive them absolutely free. Yes, absolutely free. So to enroll, go to biddytarot.com MTCM or /MTCM secret. Now, I love people who show up, and I mean really show up and be present. So, of course, I'm throwing in another special bonus, especially for the folks who are here on the webinar. Yay, and there's more. So if you are one of the first 25 people to enroll today, then you'll be invited to a 60-minute masterclass with me. And it's the 5 everyday things that you can do to strengthen your intuition. It's one thing to read the tarot cards, and it's another thing to read them intuitively. So in this exclusive masterclass, I'll show you 5 simple strategies to connect with your intuition and create powerful tarot readings. So if you want to find out how to connect more deeply with your intuition, then enroll as soon as possible, because this will be gone in a flash, trust me. Now, just in case you're wondering, we do have a 100% money back guarantee, so that if you're not completely satisfied with the program, you can contact our team and we'll refund your money within 14 days of your original purchase. So you do need to reach out to us within 14 days and we will refund your money. However, I believe in this program so much that I know that if you do the work and you come into it fully present and fully committed, you won't be needing the money back guarantee, but at least you know it's there just in case you're not quite sure. I really wanted to take out the risk for you, or any feeling of risk, so that you know you can sneak in there. Oh, how is it? Oh, I love it. All right, keep going. Happy days. All right, so a couple of things to remember. The Master the Tarot Card Meanings program is open now for a limited time. You're going to receive over 50 video lessons, 7 workbooks, 7 quizzes, and a huge library of bonus resources like meditations, visualizations, mini guides, PDF templates, worksheets, charts, you name it. Plus, you'll have the assurance that Biddy Tarot is an approved training provider with the International Institute of Complementary Therapies. So not many tarot schools can promise you that, that's for sure. Now, if you enroll in the next 72 hours, you'll receive my most popular 3 ebooks, valued at $95, but yours free. And of course, if you are one of the first 25 people from this webinar to enroll, you'll get an exclusive invite to my Intuition Masterclass that is available to you to watch. All right, so to enroll, all you need to do is go to biddytarot.com/MTCM secret, or you can click on the link below or to the side or wherever it might be. Beautiful. Now, okay, save the best till last. It's all good. Let me make my video a bit bigger now that we've got a bit more. Oh, we don't really have that much space, but anyway. Okay, so it's time for me to share with you my final strategy to help you read any tarot card intuitively without memorizing all 78 cards. And I've got that bonus resource for you in just a moment. So one of the best things that I did when I was learning to read the tarot cards was the card a day exercise. So every morning when I woke up, I'd pick up my tarot deck and I'd ask, well, what do I need to know about today? And I'd draw a tarot card and spend the next 5 minutes writing as much as I could about the card and what it could possibly mean. Then I'd go about my day and observe what was going on through the filter of that particular card that I'd drawn in the morning. So then at the end of the day, I'd go back to my notebook and spend another 5 minutes writing down everything that had happened that was related to that card. And over time, not only did I have the chance to dive deep into each card, I also built up my very own book of tarot card meanings, which has now evolved into the #1 Amazon bestseller, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot Card Meanings. Pretty cool. So let me break it down for you. At the start of the day, simply ask, what do I need to know today? Draw a tarot card and reflect on what it might mean for you. Then during the day, look for people, events, and situations that represent the card and bring the card's energy into your daily activity. So for example, if you get the Page of Cups, maybe you want to explore a new creative outlet for yourself. By the end of the day, reflect on what happened throughout that day and then write any new insights about the tarot card in your journal. So, oh, there we go. Now, when I was doing this, and this is how my brain works, I found it to be really efficient. So #1, it gets your day off to a really great start. And #2, you're learning tarot at the same time. So doing the card a day exercise is perfect for creating your personal meanings of the cards, because you don't have to memorize a thing. When you're reading the cards, you can simply recall your experience of that card through your card a day exercise, and then you can bring that message into your reading. It is so simple That's so powerful. And there's something really important that I want to get across to you, and that is that this is not a chore. This isn't homework. This is about pulling a card a day and having fun with it and loving it and being inspired. So maybe when you sit down to have your cup of tea, or when you're laying in bed in the morning, just be really quiet before you spring into action. And it's this tiny little ritual that begins your day from a beautiful place. It's a place of creation, a place of receiving, and a place of wonder. All right, now as a thank you for staying on this call, you're pretty awesome. I'd love to share with you my personal template for doing the card a day exercise. So that's it, yep. So you'll find it over at biddytarot.com/daily-card. And that way you can download the template. So make sure you write that in your workbook now, and then you can visit the page after this training. So biddytarot.com/daily-card. So this PDF, it comes directly from the MTCM program, which I've talked to you about today, and it's super helpful for keeping you on track. All you need to do is print it off and start your card a day exercise either straight away, like today, or tomorrow morning, and I know that you're going to love it. All right, so are you ready to trust your intuition and read tarot from the heart and not the book? Are you ready to become a truly confident tarot reader, knowing that your readings are coming from a really divine place of truth? So let the tarot cards be your guide, because I know that when you connect intuitively with the tarot, you connect intuitively with yourself and the universe, and from there, everything flows. You'll gain deep insight into your life and how you can create a positive future for yourself. You'll have a lasting and positive impact on the people that you're here to serve through your tarot readings. And you'll be in alignment with your soul purpose and ready to make important decisions to support that purpose. And all of this is possible by reading the tarot cards and connecting with them. So let me show you how inside of the MTCM program. So remember, you'll get end-to-end training to help you intuitively interpret the tarot cards. You'll create your own personal connection with the tarot cards and what they mean for you. Plus, you'll discover how to read the cards without having to always rely on your memory. So when you enroll between now and the next 72 hours, remember you'll also receive the 3 ebooks absolutely free. And if you're the first 25 from this webinar to sign up, you will get access to my Intuition Masterclass. So to enroll, you can go to biddytarot.com/MTCM secret. Now, remember, if you've got any specific questions about this program, you can enter it into the chat box, and one of our team members will respond to you either via the private chat or email. Beautiful. Yes. Awesome. So my wish for you is that you never have to go through what I went through in terms of, the memorization and the struggle and, not having things working out exactly as I wanted them to up front. So I don't want you to have to feel that level of frustration of flipping through all those different tarot card books, hunting down, the right meaning of the card. I wasted far too much of my life mistakenly believing that some tarot guidebook had the right answers for me all of the time, and then beating myself up that I couldn't seem to remember them no matter what. So you don't have to go through that. I want to invite you, what if the real meanings of each card aren't written down in any book? What if all that you needed to do was put down the book and tell a story about what you're seeing in a card and the associations that come up for you? What if all of the answers you'll ever need are actually already within you? So I invite you to stop memorizing and start listening to your inner guidance when you read the tarot cards. And I'm going to show you how inside of the Master Tarot Card Meanings program. Let me make me small again. And all you need to do is go to biddytarot.com/MTCM secret. And remember, you can get started today at $49, which is a 7-part payment plan, so $49 today and then 6 further weekly installments of $49. Or you can save $46 by paying in full today for $297. All right, my dears, thank you so much for being here and bringing your energy and your presence. I appreciate it so very much. Hello, hello. I hope that you can hear me and see me. I'm back on live. I'm just going to double check with my team to make sure we are all clear and all good. So I hope today's training has been very, very helpful for you. We are loving all of the questions that have been coming through. I can tell you what, it has been intense. We've got 3 of us typing madly all of the time, all throughout the training. Now, I wanted to come back on to the live. All right, good. We're all clear on the live video because I'm here to answer any of your questions, particularly about the Master the Tarot Card Meanings program. I want to make sure that you've got all the information you need to let you know that it's, the right choice for you and it's the next step in your tarot reading path. So please ask away and I will help out. Now, let me see. Okay, we've had a few questions. So things like, what's the price? So it's $297 and that is US dollars for the program. And we also have a payment plan of $49 available as well. So that means you can get started today at $49 and then there are 6 weekly installments of $49 as well. You do pay a little bit extra. So if you wanted to save some money, then the full, the one-time payment of $297 is the way to go. All right, fabulous. Now, some of you, we often get this, is like, you're spelling enroll wrong. So in Australia, we use UK English and sometimes we spell things a little bit differently to American English. So sometimes it's enroll with 1 L, sometimes it's enroll with 2 L's. Now, I remember there was a question from someone asking, do you get a certificate from the MTCM program? Here's the cool thing, you do. So you get a certificate of completion when you complete Master the Tarot Card Meanings. Now, if you wish to go on to become a certified Biddy tarot reader as part of our certification program, then that certificate of completion is part of your requirements of getting the complete certificate as well. All right, fabulous. Tynan's asking, does access to the program ever expire? Yes, it does. It does after 12 months. Now, that is plenty of time for you to start when you want, go through the program. The neat thing is we've also given you the option to download the materials to your personal computer. Then you've got lifetime access. But online, it is 12 months. Now, you also was asking, oh, golly gosh. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with all my questions that are here. There was another question that you were asking, and yes, you can download everything as well. All right, let me just, I should be checking my other little thingy here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, so I'm just trying to find, okay, this is a note for my team. I'm just looking for, oh goodness. Okay, so it might be a little bit loud as well. So I'm sorry, we've had a bit of a difference with the volume between the training and me talking. And yeah, hopefully that is all set now. Okay, I just want to check in on our questions that are coming through. Oh, goody. Okay, I think that's gone the other way. All right, so I know some of you are also asking, I've been reading tarot for a while. Am I really going to get value out of Master the Tarot Card Meanings? Absolutely. I don't know about you, but every time I look at the cards, I see something new and different. So Master the Tarot Card Meanings is designed to help you really go deeper into your tarot reading practice. Whether you're new to the cards or you've been reading them for quite a while, it will help you to just unpack, unfold, and get even deeper into those cards. So that is really important. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with where it is on my screen right now. There's so many different places. Okay, now Robin's asking, my bank is blocking my card. Do you take PayPal? We do. Please reach out to team@biddytarot.com and we can help you out there. All right. How much time does it take and what does it cost to complete certification? Okay, let's talk about how much time does it take to do Master the Tarot Card Meanings. It was originally designed as a 6 or 7 week course. So I believe you can do it easily in 6 or 7 weeks. Now you might want to take things a bit slower. You could do it over 3 months, 6 months, what have you. You basically need around, say, 90 minutes per module for the classes, and then another sort of 60 to 90 minutes for like the playtime, which is, applying what you've learned, completing the workbooks and so on. So that's around, maybe 2 to 3 hours per module, and there's 6 modules, which is totally achievable. And remember, this is play work. This isn't like a chore. This is play and getting to really trust your intuition as well. All right. Okay, Katie's asking, which is the best course to do, because I've seen that you offer a couple. So this is what I recommend. Take Master the Tarot Card Meanings first, and if that's feeling like a really good fit, then I encourage you to consider the Biddy Tarot Certification Program, which includes Master the Tarot Card Meanings and then also Read Tarot with Confidence, plus all the practice and the support that comes with that. Now, we will be opening up certification in April, so it's all beautifully timed because you can start with Master the Tarot Card Meanings now, and then when we open up certification in April, we will give you a special MTCM student credit towards certification. So you're not paying twice for this part of the course, and then you can continue your tarot studies that way. So that's a really neat thing if you are keen to go on to do certification. All right, let me see what else we've got. Beautiful. Now, I know a few of you were also asking about reading with different kinds of tarot decks. Now, the program MTCM will help you read with most tarot decks. Now, there are some like the Tarot de Marseille where the pip cards, like the numbered cards, don't really have pictures on them. They're a little bit more tricky, and I usually recommend those for more experienced tarot readers. However, MTCM is going to show you how to pick up a card. This is the Lumina card, or one of my favorites, and to be able to interpret that card, not just based on, okay, this is the moon and this is what the moon means, but what does this picture tell you and what's the feeling that you get from this card? So the neat thing is with MTCM, you'll be able to apply that to any, most tarot decks. I do teach it with the Rider-Waite because it's the most common deck, but you can apply it to other decks as well. All right, fabulous. Now, if you do have any questions that I might not have answered or our team haven't answered, mind you, we've been typing like crazy, so I'm hoping we have, but you can also reach out to us at team@biddytarot.com and we can help you out there. Cecilia's asking, does the program reference the Rider-Waite deck or the Biddy Tarot? The Biddy Tarot. So it's using the Rider-Waite deck. But if you've got everyday tarot and you want to use that, again, apply what I teach you to your favorite deck. That can certainly help. All right, fabulous. Now, I know also a few of you are like, you know what, Bridget, I've got all of your books. Should I take this course? So books will take you so far, and I appreciate, thank you so much for the folks who go, I love your books. They've been so helpful. I've learned so much. Now, books will take you so far, and a course like Master the Tarot Card Meanings takes you that much further, because this is about really deepening your skills and deepening your connection with the tarot cards and, making it really true and authentic to you. So if you do have all the books, awesome. Thank you so very much. And I would encourage you to consider the course because it will take you that much further as well. All right, fabulous. Yay, and I can see we've got quite a few people from today have been signing up for the MTCM program. I'm so grateful for you. It's fabulous. We cannot wait to welcome you into the program. It's Awesome. And if you have purchased, yes, you will start to receive the details over the next 15 to 30 minutes. And then you can start accessing the program straight away. You can start learning today. How cool is that? Very much. Fabulous. All right. So I'm just checking in if we've got some other ones. We've got questions. One sec. All right. So just remember, if you want to enroll in the MTCM program, you can go to biddytarot.com/MTCM secret, and you'll get more information there, and you can go ahead and enroll as well. All right. Now, if you have, I noticed some of you have joined kind of halfway through for the training today. There will be a replay. It gets sent out very soon, and you can watch that and to recap. And perhaps if there's anything that you missed during the training, you can watch it again, and that will help you out too. All right. Fabulous. Okay, I'm just checking in to see if we've got any more questions about the program. I am going to do a last call to check in to see if there's anything that you need to know about Master the Tarot card meanings to help you out, decide if it's the right fit for you. I just want you to know that, like, this program, it's so fascinating. We have so many people who join who go, you know what, I joined thinking I would just learn about the tarot cards. And I did, and it was amazing. And I learned so much about myself and how to really trust my intuition and my inner voice and inner wisdom. So while you think that it's about learning the tarot cards, it is. And it's very much about learning more about yourself and how you work and how you can really tap into that inner core, that inner essence of you, and bring that into your everyday life. And trust me, you know, when I first started reading tarot, I thought it was just something fun that I could show off to with friends. But as I learned more and more about tarot, I discovered that it is such a powerful tool, and it's only the real starting point to unlocking all of this amazingness within ourselves. Because when we're connecting in with our inner wisdom and we're really learning how to trust ourselves, we're reclaiming our power, and we are really taking a stand in how we live our lives. So I thoroughly believe, hand on heart, that this program, Master the Tarot Card Meanings, is going to help you do just that. Through the lens of tarot and learning what the cards mean, you're going to also learn so much about yourself, how the world works, all of these beautiful spiritual lessons, and then how to channel that through into your daily life. And the other really neat thing is, if you know much about me, you know I'm pretty practical, down to earth. This isn't about all of the kind of esoteric, overly spiritual stuff. This is about real practical interpretations that you can use in your everyday readings. And you don't have to be special or psychic. You don't have to be, you know, third generation psychic. This is available to all of us if we say yes to it. So I'd love to show you how to do that inside of the MTCM program. Neat. Now, Crystal's just asking, is there a price advantage to taking MTCM now and then the Biddy Tarot certification program in April? So what I would recommend is, if you're ready to go now, start MTCM now, and you will get a $300 credit when you enroll, for certification in April. So that's my recommended path, is start MTCM now. And in April, when we launch certification, you can get straight into the next piece of the certification path. And yes, you will have that $300 credit, so that you're not we're not doubling up on your payments or anything like that. So it's completely fair and it's all good. It's all reasonable. All right. Fabulous. Oh, Tynan's just asking, where does the Biddy Tarot name come from? I often get asked this. So when I was a teenager, all my friends had nicknames except for me. And I thought, okay, I'm going to tell everybody to call me Biddy. But of course, you can't tell people to call you a certain nickname. It gets kind of bestowed on you. So that didn't really work. So I stashed it in my back pocket. And then when I was around 18, 19, I was studying at university, I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll call my site like Biddy Tarot, just because I'll call myself Biddy, short for Bridget, right? And then the name just stuck from there. So it's one of those kind of dorky stories. It's not particularly exciting. And I wish it was more that, I meditated on a mountain and the eagle flew down and told me what my name would be, but no, it's just that I made it up. Awesome. All right. Okay. So Laura's just asking, what would be the balance for certification? So if you enrolled in MTCM now today, so at $297, when we open up certification in April, if you take advantage of the early bird offer for certification, it will be $697. So long as, that's only for our MTCM students. Okay. So regular early bird, the early bird price for everybody else is $997. And because if you've signed up for MTCM today, you'll have that $300 off, which will bring your total down to $697 for certification. Whew. Hope that makes sense. All right. Shannon's asking, are the $49 installments monthly or bi-weekly? They are actually weekly because in each installment you make, you get access to the next module. So we like that to be ready and available to you nice and quickly. All right. Do I like to cleanse my deck with crystals? Sometimes I do. In fact, I have pretty crystals everywhere. I had some nice ones with me today. My citrine, my little magic pyrite. I like that one. And of course, it's my favorite one, the amethyst. And yes, I love bringing crystals into my readings because it just brings in that beautiful energy, 100%. Laura's like, yes, I do, 100%, totally. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for staying around and hearing more about the Master the Tarot Card Meanings program. I really hope we'll see you inside the program. I know that this has changed so many people's lives for the better. Again, not just in improving your tarot card reading skills, it will, and it will just help you connect so much more with your intuition, and the ripple effect of that is huge, trust me. So I would love to see you inside the program. You can enroll at biddytarot.com/MTCM secret. Or we can also just go straight through to biddytarot.com/MTCM. So I hope to see you there. All right. Thank you so very much for today. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I hope you got a lot of value out of today's training as well. All right. Thanks so much, and bye for now, everyone.